Hey beautiful people, good evening and welcome to another episode of Youth Perspective. Yours sincerely, Joy Okmani. Today's topic is peer pressure and of course decision making. They cannot go separately, they always go hand in hand together. Of course, we're going to discuss how it can actually influence a person's decisions directly and indirectly. So right now, we'll go enter streets, make we hear from you, and you, of course. So stay tuned because this is Youth Perspective.
Peer pressure, I would say, is when someone is forcing you to do something that you don't want to do, or your friend want to involve you in a bad habit. But how you can overcome it is, first of all, you need to gain your ground as a man. You are a man, so you need to gain your ground first of all, and have self confidence in yourself. So, without these two things, I don't think that you can overcome that peer pressure.
Peer pressure is when they force you to do something. Your peer is doing something you don't like, so they force you to do something, but it's not your will to do it. You just want to do it because you want to keep that friendship, but it's very bad. You cannot be pressured, like as a human being, you cannot be pressured to do something you don't like. You have to be free in doing what you like. So when you are pressured to do something, if you like it, I would say you can go. But for me, how I handle peer pressure, I disattach from those friendships. I stay away from those people that want, oh, let's go out. Like now, I don't have friends. To tell you the fact, I don't have friends. First, my cycle is very small. So when the people I take along with me is the people that we know my value, we know what I want, we know what I like. So being in a peer pressure relationship is very bad. And your peer is drinking, they are smoking, and you cannot drink. So you want to be among, you want to be with them, you have to be drinking. No, it's not.
Hey beautiful people, now that we've heard from you, our amazing audience, it is time to hear from our guests that is with us here in the studio. But before I give an intro, yes, just a quick reminder of what the topic is about. The topic is peer pressure and decision making. So yes, our guest is none other than a beautiful, sweet, black Barbie, fine damsel. Hi Excel, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm doing good.
You sure you're good?
Yeah, I am. I'm very, very good.
You look good though.
Oh wow, thank you. And you look awesome.
Stop it, I'm
Gorgeous.
blushing. Oh, I'm blushing. Let's
Very
not go too
kissy.
far. Very demure.
Yeah, very mindful.
Please let's not start all this again, okay? Alright,
Yeah.
now that we know who our guest is in the studio, it is time to dive into what we have for you today. Yes. So how would you define peer pressure, Excel? How would you define it?
Peer pressure. I believe that's literally the order of the day for most youths now. Yeah, peer pressure is that influence we get on ourselves, and is that's obligation that we get to want to do things, and it most times comes both in a positive and negative way. It depends on how you put it, and it depends on how you handle it as well. It would come directly, it will come indirectly. It's just
indirectly.
how your environment and the atmosphere and how you see it to be as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, as a young person, of course, who is probably still in school, who has finished, or who wants to get married, or whatever the case may be, but as a young adult, yes,
Yeah.
there have been time in our lives whereby we have come across pressure one way or the other, either
Obviously.
by group or maybe from the family or
Being amongst your
whatsoever.
friends.
Among friends, it could be
Yeah.
anything actually as a whole. So basically, have there ever been a time you've actually felt that, okay, you feel peer pressure around you?
There have been a lot of times I've felt peer pressure, and there are times where I just also overlook them. I tell myself I am not supposed to be pressured as well, because it's things that happen in life. I felt pressured when I was in the house with my roommates then, and she's this innovative person, like she's very,
Okay.
very innovative,
Okay.
and she knows a lot. You know, someone that's very brilliant, and you're not that brilliant. You're just there.
But at least if at all you
But
try.
that's all you try. But then again, the person is making it so obvious that, I didn't read. Oh, this girl reads like almost every hour she's reading. You're always seeing her on her book. And me, I'm not that person that reads at the time. I just read probably at night, like 1 hour, 2 hours.
Whatever works for you.
Exactly. So it was looking like I was not doing
serious.
anything. It was looking like I was not serious. And then this girl is reading. Like, I was staying in the same house. Mama, calm down, please. But no, she was like, I started feeling this, this pressure and this. Okay, let me try. Let me still do something, so it didn't look like as if I have not or I'm not doing anything. Well, it didn't work for me, and I just have to relax.
But there are times whereby that kind of pressure can actually push a person to do more. So like you just mentioned, yes, it can be indirectly or directly, one way or the other. And that's like, for instance, just like that example you made just now. Let's say I was in that position. For me or personally, and I see, okay, my roommates or my friends are all reading and all that, I'll be like, you sure in the same class, all of us they go with that.
you get it.
And of course, because I see them doing it, I may want to try
as well,
and attempt to it, and maybe really, it may really do me well.
Do you well? That's why I say it is. It has to do with the way you take it as well. Remember, I said that in our statement of how I was talking about peer pressure. It has to do with the way you accept it to be, how you receive the pressure.
True.
Yes.
True.
If you receive it in a negative way, it will affect you negatively.
True. But the negative part of it is more pronounced.
Yeah, it stands out more amongst us youths.
But why?
Yes. It's that age you get, and then us seeing a lot of things you get, and for those of us that were locked at home, we didn't really know a lot of, and we want to, we're seeing these things and we want to do these things, want to know the result of it immediately, which is not actually supposed to be so. We're supposed to allow it to play, or allow nature to take its course,
Since they don't know how the outside world looks like, and because they've been indoor for a long time, and they suddenly come out and they see so many things. It's like a carnival of so many things. Left, right, vanity upon vanity,
everything is vanity.
And they'll be like, oh, let me try this, let me try that, let me try this. Or they see people that they hang out with.
These things.
Okay, let me just do it. Let me see how it looks like.
This person is my mate. This person is my mate. They are doing it. Let me do it.
Let me do it. I can also do it. Why can't I do it?
The crowd is going, so let me follow.
Let me follow, which should actually be wrong.
Yes.
So how do we now approach these matters? How do we now stand our ground and say, no matter what the pressure may be, no matter who you are, I'm still going to be me. I'm still going to do my own thing as a person.
Well, I'll say knowledge is one important thing you should know at this aspect. The amount of things you know would help you stand your ground. Yes. So they say, there's this saying that says the best way to hide money from an African man is to keep it in a book. Yes. That's true, because an African man will never read book.
Don't do that. We all read. I read. Don't you
read? Yeah, but it's not always. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. I think I understand the point you're getting to.
Yeah. So the amount of knowledge you have would help you in, making your decisions, in standing your ground, in holding your ground. That I'm not going to follow the crowd because I know what I want. You get having this vision that you want to attain, knowing exactly what you want, and following through bit by bit. It will help you in, standing, and it will help in helping you not to follow the crowd, help you not to go with the whole pressure that's going on in the air, no matter how tight it is. And God as well.
True.
Don't leave God out of the discussion
at all. And currently in our generation, social media actually, it's a very very big platform.
Social media is
where people feel like okay, my mates are posting this, my mates are traveling and all that. What am I doing in my life? What I'm here. For example, myself, when I was in school, I had a classmate. Oh, please don't come for me. Please don't say I had a classmate. She usually travels every weekend. I'm older than her, like 3 years.
Wow.
It's not even by age. Age is not even a problem. But the fact that come on now, do you get that kind of
come on?
She would travel constantly. This girl was seeing places and all that.
And you'll be seeing her status.
What's the way now? What's the way now?
Her
Full status
movements
and all
every
that.
day.
But regardless, I had to be like, okay, since I know where I'm coming from, I know my
Exactly,
background, I know my
your
training and everything,
stand.
so I know my
Yeah.
stand. So I don't really let all that get to me.
Yeah.
At a point, all that will now push me to a state of depression.
Depression.
Oh, why am I not in that point here? Oh, why am I not in this level here? Why am I not better than this yet and all that?
Yeah,
So I guess like you're right,
Yeah.
actually, knowing where you stand, having the knowledge of what you are doing. Yeah, it's actually plays a big role.
And
in
you
the
should
whole
also
thing.
remember where you're coming from. Remember home, remember how things are at home, and remember how you want things to be for you in future. I always advise my friends that are probably going through one stress or the other, and they're like, I don't want to quit. And I tell them, if you quit now, in the next 2-3 years, if you're supposed to become a millionaire or a billionaire, I'm sorry, but you will not be that person. You know why? Because you quitted. So in whatever you're doing, always look at the big picture. Always see that big picture there. Always see yourself that I'm going to get to this point. I just need to hold on stronger. I just need to keep pushing. I just need to keep moving because I have to. My family is there. I have younger ones. I have younger sisters, younger brothers.
Just
I have
know
my
who you
mom.
are.
Know who you are. And think of you having a name for yourself. That's one thing I encourage myself with every day. I may not have what I'm doing now, but I'm working on doing something. I'm working on something.
You have a purpose.
Yes, I have a purpose. I'm moving towards that purpose. I'm going towards that direction straightforward. No matter the things that are going to come my way, I am not going to lose focus because this is what I want to do.
This is proverb. It's not really a proverb though, but this is quote I'm trying to remember when you just mentioned focus. I think staying on your focus makes you the sense of, I've forgotten it. It's something of that era though, but I like the fact you just being focused, staying where you're actually driving to, just staying on your lane.
Stay on your
and
lane.
not looking at left or right.
Left, right. It will reduce the whole
because this
thing.
generation or more, there's everything going on right now.
There, and this social, like you said, social media is one thing
It's a very big place.
Social media is one of the basic things that cause this pressure and everything. Just seeing your mates. Like I literally saw my cousin recently, and she sent me a snap streak of her on the plane. I'm like,
where are you going? Do you know where you're going to? Who gave you passport?
This is someone that we are age mates, and we stay close to each other.
Yeah.
How come, ma?
How come, ma?
How
You used to
come?
ask.
Like I literally had to. I was like, where in the world? She was on the plane. She was going, and this one, if you are going that kind of movement, you cannot tell those.
Okay, you shall expose that already.
Yeah, no, I didn't say her name.
Of course, regardless.
Though.
So, like we've been saying since, just know your stand, know what you're doing, know why you're here.
Yeah.
And social media, like we've mentioned already, is a very, very big platform. People live fake life over there.
Stay away from Snapchat. Stay away from
not
TikTok.
just
Twitter,
but everywhere, because the pressure is crazy.
Pressure is getting worse.
Imagine a child or a girl rather. Don't use the word child because these days there's no child again. Imagine a girl of 16 years old already bothered about the kind of phone she may use, the kind of hair she may wear, the kind of places she needs to be going.
Yeah.
When I was 16, I was just playing
I was thinking
house.
when I was 16, I was actually praying to God. I want to get admission.
Okay, admission.
Those were my prayers.
I wasn't even bothered about admission.
I was bothered about
because,
school.
School, exactly. School was
like, I was not really thinking about phone. Before I started using phone was I was in SS3. First I started using phone. That was how it is in my house. My younger sister, she's using phone now.
Yeah.
She's just in SS2.
Can you imagine?
And I'm like,
and you got yours in SS3.
I'm like, what am I in SS3 when I wanted to write the exams? Like it was close to WAEC period. I know those times you need phones for everything and all the rest.
Yeah.
That's when I got phone, and I'm like, these children are very, very young, and they're already
very
thinking
exposed. Very exposed. Yeah. Okay, but like we've mentioned already, they're very exposed, and which makes it quite difficult for them to know right from wrong, left from right, know where to stand, what to do or what not to do.
Sometimes we thank our parents. Sometimes I just thank my parents for how they brought us. Yeah,
training is everything. Home training.
It's everything.
But most people still throw away their own home training. No, more not lie.
A lot.
They'll be like home training they help. No, home training won't feed them.
A lot of them
I've
actually
met people in that area actually, and it is sad to see that young ones like us who are very youthful and very vibrant are be like leave that thing, leave that matter for.
It's not supposed to be
like
that
it's
way.
not supposed to be. They'll say leave that matter for Matthias.
You leave matter for Matthias.
Come on, we should
Leave
do
masters for
better
Master Jesus.
and be able to know the difference between right and wrong, what to do and what not to do, and how peer pressure can actually influence our decisions in life. Because sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad, but it is necessary to know what is good and what is bad. Okay, so do stay tuned, because trust me, I have more packages for you inside Scoop. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the show.
Would you rather win an Olympic medal for snowboarding or get attacked by a great white shark? Either would be a life-changing, low-probability event, but you have power in your decisions. Stay out of the ocean, you won't meet a shark. Keep off the mountain, you won't make the Olympics. And both situations involve risk. Although most people think of risks as negative, really any situation with an uncertain outcome involves risk. Like trying something new. You might like it a little, you might like it a lot, maybe you don't like it at all. But growing, learning, and becoming you requires a willingness to try things you might not like. Most risk-taking isn't bad for your well-being. It is a normal part of healthy development, something successful people need to do. Would Malala Yousafzai have received the Nobel Peace Prize at 17 without taking the risk to speak out about a girl's right to an education? Risky behaviors range from negative to positive risks, from unhealthy, destructive decisions to socially acceptable risks that test your limits with few consequences. To think clearly about risk, focus on two central elements. First, how likely is the risky outcome? And second, how big is its impact? In assessing the size of a risk, you might remember the hip check. It can be hard to come back from permanent, something temporary we can work through. In assessing likelihood, we can talk with experts, like doctors, gather statistics from credible sources, even make estimates based on the best information we can get. Problem is, these are all subject to decision traps. For example, we naturally concentrate on what it is we want, and can ignore outcomes we don't want. We can incorrectly assume it won't happen to me. We can set ourselves up for failure. Further, inside the teen brain, the rational prefrontal cortex is still developing. The emotional amygdala is easily activated, and social rewards capture attention. The attraction to exploration is natural. You just need to keep in mind your long-term survival. With negative risk-taking, like speeding, drug use, or vandalism, there may be the excitement of getting away with something, but there's reason behind rules and penalties to avoid. Consciously taking on positive risks outside your comfort zone is a better strategy. Risk can be as simple and difficult as sharing your beliefs, asking for help, or trying out for a team. One way to help each other take positive risks is by limiting the downside of a risk. If someone stumbles, help them up. By making it easier to recover, you lower their risk. When you need a hand, you'll appreciate the support. We can watch our decision fitness, remembering to halt when we are not in our right mind. We can be mindful of and avoid crossing the stupid line, the line we draw between a smart risk and a stupid risk. We all have different values and different risk tolerance as a result. Respecting that is important, but sometimes a true friend can help us see something we're missing. Working together, we can craft a culture that encourages appropriate risks. Rather than ordering, "Don't do that," it can be a reminder, there are better alternatives. Not just to get attention, to get the right kind of attention, with momentum that moves you and those around you towards a better future.
Okay, people, and that is all in today's episode of Youth Perspective. We explore the world of peer pressure and decision making and how it can be influenced indirectly and directly, externally and internally. I do hope you enjoyed, because trust me, I sure did. And we heard from your amazing audience and got inspired by our guests. Remember, your perspective is valuable and your voice matters. Until next episode of Youth Perspective, I remain yours sincerely, Joy Okmani. Good evening.